So I asked my friend ChatGPT, is giving up a form of self-sabotage? And it responded, giving up can be considered a form of self-sabotage if it stems from fear, doubt, or a lack of self-confidence, leading to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. However, it's important to differentiate between giving up and making a conscious decision to change direction when something is generally not working or aligning with one's goals and values. So I love the fact that it's separated. It says there's a difference between giving up and making a decision, said this is not working, let it go, right? Because one of my favorite thing is if it doesn't fit, you must have quit. So I look at signs. It's like, okay, is God telling me to keep going or is God telling me to stop? Remember I told you about one of my videos how I had to learn how to surrender because you keep going this way when God is telling you to go the other way. But I went and asked ChatGPT again. I said, what is the difference? And so it tells you the difference between giving up as self-sabotage and making a conscious decision to change direction lies in the underlying motivation and thought process. Giving up as self-sabotage, motivation is driven by fear, insecurity, doubt, or frustration. It's an emotional response often accompanied by feelings of failure, guilt, or regret. Outcome leads to direct stagnation and unfulfilled potential, reinforcing negative self-belief. And it said the constant decision to change direction, motivation is driven by a clear assessment of the situation, understanding of personal goals and alignment with values. Emotional response often accompanied by a sense of relief, clarity, and empowerment. Outcome opens new opportunities for growth, their better alignment with personal goals and positive self-belief. So why is this important? It's important to understand, should I continue this path or should I walk away? That is probably the hardest thing that we have to face on our day to day. Many times when we have a goal and we're working so hard at it and we're not seeing the results, part of us want to say, hey, this is not working. Let me just leave it. But if you had continued, you probably would see that the ebbs and flows. Sometimes you got to stay in it. There's a story in the Second Kings. And it's 2 Kings 13, 14 to 19. It says, Now when Elisha had fallen sick with the illness which he was to die, Joash, king of Israel, went down to him and wept before him, crying, my father, chariot of Israel and his horsemen. And Elijah said to him, take a bow and arrow. So he took a bow and arrow. Then he said to the king of Israel, draw the bow. And he drew it, and Elisha laid his hands upon the king's hand, and he said, open the window eastward, and he opened it. Then Elisha said, shoot. And he shot, and he said, the Lord's arrow of victory, the arrow of victory over Syria. For you shall fight the Syrian Aphek until you have made an end of them. And he said, take the arrows. And he took them, and he said to the king of Israel, strike the ground with them. And he struck 3 times and stopped. Then the man of God was angry with him and said, you should have struck 5 or 6 times. Then you would have struck down Syria until you had made an end of it. But now you will strike down Syria only 3 times. Why am I telling you this? You may just have to go an extra mile. That's really it. For you to receive the blessing that God has for you, you may have to just go 1 more mile. Stay in there for 1 more day. Give it 1 more hour, and then you will see the blessing that God had for you. There's a story Napoleon Hill tells about. It's about 3 feet from gold. The man, if he had gone up 3 feet, he would have struck gold and he would have been wealthy. But he gave up right before he got his blessing. That's what a lot of people do. They give up right when they're about to receive the blessing. You may have to stay in there a little longer. Don't leave until God tells you to leave. Don't walk away until God tells you to walk away. Stay in there a little longer because you may see the situation turn around if you won't give up. So understand when you should make a conscious effort to walk away, but understand the difference between that and self-sabotage. Are you self-sabotaging yourself by quitting? Or are you making a conscious effort to walk away because it's not working and this is not the path you need to be on? So think about it that way. What am I doing? Is it self-sabotage or a conscious move towards a different direction? Because one of them is going to give you a chance to grow and become better, and another one will make you feel you could have tried a little harder. Thanks for watching. Bye.